So the time has finally come. PS4 mods have been released for Fallout 4 on, well, PS4. This obviously has been long awaited. It has actually been months or even almost, I guess, years now in the making, but finally we do have PS4 mods, and with that we have about 200 different options to choose from. The obvious limitations are there, which is very unfortunate, but today I'm going to try and show you some of the best mods you could download even with those limitations in place. I know a lot of you are probably going to want to just jump into those cheat mods because when you first get the option to mod the game, you want to break the game shortly thereafter. Regardless, in today's video, I'm going to try to show you some mods that are probably going to be more lucrative over the longer term, something that in my eyes will enhance your Fallout 4 playthrough. But with all that being said, if you do enjoy the content, I encourage you to consider subscribing, and with that, let's get right into it. So the first mod I do want to show you is called the Companion Appearance Overhaul, and that actually didn't fit in my lower third, so I shortened it to CAO. What this mod is going to do is change the appearance of all the different companions in the game. Basically, it's going to change their physical appearance, so only their faces. Unfortunately, a lot of the armors used by the original mod aren't able to be ported over because, well, they use custom assets. Regardless, you do still get some pretty cool faces, and I think all around it just makes your companions look much better. Obviously, the facial structure and facial features are the things that are going to be hard to change. You could just give them a new armor at any point in time. Regardless, it definitely looks a lot higher quality than the vanilla or default ones, and it's a good mod to install just because you're probably going to have a bunch of companions in your game, whether they be at your side as a regular companion or at your settlement doing some bitch work that you assigned them to do probably like 3 months ago. Regardless, it's a very cool mod and a nice mod to see ported over, especially because it did use custom assets originally, but the mod author Eleonora did take the time out to make it PS4 viable. So next up, we do have a simple mod, but one that I actually think improves the game in a pretty big way. So that's going to be power armor frame crafting. Basically, what this is going to add in is the ability to craft different power armor frames at your settlement and actually move them around in workshop mode. It also does a few other things, but I think that's really the premier feature of this mod. I think it's something that should have been in the vanilla game because frankly, if you've ever had to move around a bunch of different power armors, you're going to know how frustrating and just obnoxious it is as a process. On top of that, this also means you can actually give a lot of your settlers some of these different power armors. If you want to take advantage of the cheat menu, you could actually just use a bunch of different power armors, move them around, and make your settlement look pretty interesting that way. All around, again, I think this is a feature that should have been with Fallout 4 when it shipped, but this is a good way to augment that and actually replace something that I think was a big issue. So at number 3, we do have the Underground Railroad. Basically, this is going to add in an immersive fast travel system for mainly survival mode, although there's no reason you can't use this in any of the other modes that Fallout 4 does offer. Basically, around the map now, there's going to be these little manhole covers that you're going to be able to go down into. Once down there, you're going to find a settlement and basically a bunch of different railroads, or rather underground railroads as they are called, and you could travel to a bunch of different places around the map. This is going to make it not as obnoxious to have to walk everywhere in survival, and if you've played survival before, you know it does get very old very fast. It is fairly well balanced in the sense that you actually have to go to all those locations first because they are chained from the outside. So example, if I wanted to unlock the Diamond City one, you're gonna have to travel to Diamond City first, take the chain off, and then you'll have access there. All around, I think this mod is pretty essential for a survival playthrough. It's pretty well balanced, and it's actually really nice to have a little settlement down there. You can put a bed and some storage if you just want to kind of have a nice compact place to do everything real quick on your journey. So up next we have Simple Green. This is actually going to be a mod I'm not directly using. There's a ton of different green mods out there for consoles, for PC, etc, etc. Basically what all these mods aim to do is actually just put grass all throughout the Commonwealth. It makes things look much more colorful, lively, and I think it's actually a big improvement. It makes your game look a lot better without actually changing all that much. So I'm actually recording this on PC using a totally different mod, but again it has the same concept. Regardless, these mods typically are pretty taxing, but the PS4 mod is supposedly not causing significant lag for the system. Obviously, I would try it out for yourself and see how your experience changes with it, but otherwise, I think these mods really do make your game just look beautiful, put simply. Having grass everywhere and experiencing the game in this green form is very nice. I really like the efforts of the mod author to try and make the grass as kind of, I don't want to say low quality, but basically trying to make the game as lag-free as possible with this mod, considering it is on PS4. If you download it and you actually can use it, I definitely would recommend it. These mods do, again, really make a big improvement on the game. So last but not least, we have Dismemberment Overhaul. So this is actually, I'm honestly shocked this has made its way over to PS4. I didn't actually know the way the mod worked. I just kind of assumed it would never work. This is actually one of my favorite mods for Fallout 4 period. It would be in a top 5 mods list if I was making a top 5 mods list right now for the game overall. Regardless, what this does is in combat now, you're going to have the ability to blow off people's limbs without actually killing them. Previously, you could do this on just ghouls, but now you're actually going to be able to do it on any enemy out there. So that be raiders, gunners, settlers, whatever fits your fancy. Supposedly, there's actually coming a animal update for this too, so look forward to that. Regardless, it is a very cool mod. I think it makes the game much more interesting, especially if you use the headshot kill version. So that basically makes it so headshots are actually like headshots. So if I blast someone in the head with a shotgun, you will basically one-shot them no matter what level they are. This is an optional version. It's the one I personally like, but obviously not everyone would like that. Regardless, it is a very cool mod, and I definitely recommend you download this because, again, although it does change the aspects of the game a little bit, I think it's definitely a good change. So that's it. Those are my top 5 mods for PS4 right now. I'll probably make more videos on this subject and just more videos about PS4 in general. I hope you guys are enjoying the new releases, especially because you've had such a long wait. As always, I thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed again, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.